Chicago, baby. Chicago, baby.
All right, what is up, my fellow Sackers? I have the top 8 deck list for the August Chicago Monthly. We had 73 players battling it out for 3 Ulti Miracle Fusion. And we had David win with Hero Frog. He's holding up his 3 Ulti Miracles that he won and his 3 Ulti Miracles that he used in his deck. That's funny. So David's our resident Hero Frog player. He's been playing Hero Frog in Chicago, I think, literally longer than anyone has. He's one-trick Hero Frog ever since he came back to Edison. I'm really glad he stuck to it, because I know for a time at the beginning, like, Hero Frog is a really steep learning curve, especially when you're first learning Edison. So I'm glad he stuck with it. He topped RBT New York top 8, and now he's won the Chicago Monthly. So really happy for him. Really happy that he clutched it out. And thanks to PP for always the care packages for top 4. And yeah, we just had so many people celebrate his win. We always get dinner afterwards too, so it's really awesome when someone in the crew wins, and because the dinner vibes are immaculate. But yeah, so going back to the meta breakdown, Black Wings was the most represented deck this time. The past 2 months we had Hero Frog be the most represented, but now Black Wings on top 13. Black Wings is normally the most played deck. I know Vayu is now contesting that in most tournaments, but now, yeah, 9 Vayus, and then followed by 7 Hero Frog, 6 Gladiator Beasts. That's an uptake from last 2 months, I feel like. 6 Machina, 5 Machina Hero, so that's essentially 11 Machina decks. 4 Diva Hero, love to see this deck representation. 3 Frog Monarch, 3 Lightsworn, and 17 other decks. Other decks being decks with representation of 2 or less players. This is the lowest it's ever been. I'm not sure if people are just like flocking towards more quote-unquote meta decks, but this is for sure the lowest it's ever been. I think maybe because, I don't know, normally it gets, like, these 3 would be added to miscellaneous, I feel like, because miscellaneous is, like, for sure just normally a third every time. So we can actually go look at those miscellaneous decks if people are interested. So representation of 2 or less, we had 2 Amaryllis, 2 Giga, 2 Hero Beat, 2 Instant Zombie, 2 Valusorn, 1 Chaos Fairy, 1 Flamvel, 1 Olaris, 2 Quick Draw, and 1 Tethys Fairy. And then, yeah, we can just look at the top 8 deck list now. So starting off, not sure why this is doing that. We have Seth. He's just a resident Blackwing player. He's on 2 Compulse. I think that's the biggest thing to note from his deck list. 2 Compulse, no Gores, only 2 Icarus Attack, which I heavily disagree with. I don't know. I feel like this is one of the best cards in Blackwing. Like, it's like half the reason you play this deck. Icarus Attack is a freaking insane card. And then looking at side deck, I think it's mostly standard besides the 2 Trap Stun and the second Starlight Road. I guess this is mainly for Blackwings, and I guess the Trap Stun can also be for GBs. But it seems like a lot for just the Blackwing mirror. But yeah, good stuff to Seth. Moving on. Nick, we have Nick. So Nick didn't want to give away his deck list, but he was okay with letting people know he's playing the Machina Hero deck. He was the 1 Machina Hero that got into top 8. I think he actually finished first in Swiss. Might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he was. If not, he was like second, because I know he was like at table 1 the last round. So yeah, good stuff to Nick. Moving on, we have Jason, Chef Taku. He is our resident Chicago chef. And you might know him from a top 16 at YCS Niagara with Valusorn. That was the deck profile on Marcus's channel. He's gotten tops with Valusorn before. He's gotten a lot of tops at Chicago. He's never quite came out on top though, but now he almost always plays a different deck, and he's been on his like Lightsworn era for a bit. Now he's on the Twilight list, and I think his list is really similar to JoJo's Sakari's list, except he's playing Armageddon Knight and Eroda. This is pretty cool because not only can Arma dump Plague and Necro, we were just talking about this, but Arma can also dump Dad, and then you can kind of like Monster Reincarnation it back, so that's pretty cute. But yeah, Jason has definitely been killing it recently, so congrats to Jason. Hopefully he gets his dub soon. Moving on, we have Chris. This is Chris's second top, I believe, and he also played Sizzle 41 when he got his last top. Looking at the side deck is pretty standard. The only thing I would say that is like a little weird, and it's not even that weird, is just Starlight Road over the 3rd Dust Tornado. Makes sense if you want to like spec your deck a little harder for Blackwings, but I also just think Dust is just as good as Starlight Road against Blackwing. Like, sure, you can hit an Icarus Attack and kind of cheese a win. But Dust is just so good into so many other matchups. I just like the versatility of Dust. So yeah, I'm not even gonna go through this. Everyone knows Value Turbo, Mill, good, win, sack, good, dude. What like look? Let me just randomize this. Like I was doing this the other day, like as I always do, but like the hands are just so good. Like if you just look at the first 6 cards, like this hand's broken as hell. Every hand is broken, man. Why are you just so? This deck is disgusting. Who made this deck? So moving on to top 4, we have Talk. Talk used to play Hero Beat, and dude, I knew Talk had a max rarity deck, Hero Beat deck. But then this is my first time seeing him play Lightsworn, and I think this is like the Ryanite build because it's playing. I'm not exactly sure. Like I don't know the Ryanite deck card for card. I just know he's playing 3 Jane and double Cyber, and I thought he was really high in Arcus. Maybe he was playing 2 Arcus, but I digress. The point is, Talk came with a full max rarity Lightsworn deck, and I was like, dude, you got some money, man. But yeah, it's just pure Lightsworn. Looking at the side deck. I like some of the choices, like Iron Wall. I think this card is kind of slept on in Lightsworn. And the Jowgen for combo, the second Arcus. I don't know what this is for. As a value player, I hate this card, so maybe it's for value. But yeah, pretty standard list, I'd say. For Lightsworn, now that the 3 Jane and double Cyber are becoming more mainstream. So yeah, good stuff to talk. And then our other top 3 player, Lionel, Lionel's actually won a monthly before. He won, I want to say it was the 5th or 6th monthly with Amaryllis, and he was also playing the Dasher Strauss package when he won. So obviously he liked it enough to keep it just for future fusion. So it's an extra copy for Foolish Burial, which can totally turn on your engine. Dasher, I still haven't seen him use this. Like I don't watch like him a lot, but I still haven't seen him use it. Like, but I feel like it'd be so sick just ripping Titanial off the top of your deck and be like Dasher effect, or like that must feel so good. Looking at his side deck, the side deck is spicy. Like Skill Drain I think is pretty commonplace, but he's siding Torrential maybe for going second. I'm not sure. Like if you have a board, obviously like Titanium, you don't really want Torrential, so I get why you don't main it. And he's also not playing Sangan, so there's even less reason to play Torrential. So maybe if you're on the back foot going second, you can play in Torrential. Siding in 1-for-1, interesting choice. Just for Blackwings, I guess, because I think this is your only 1-for-1 target. But then you just lose to Oppression, so wouldn't you just rather play the 3rd Orb? But I guess you want more discarded outlets, so actually that makes sense. And then MST, probably for Blackwing as well. In any deck you want just, small trap removal in. And the one thing I want to point out is Cactus Bouncer, because this card is insane. Like, the stat line is so good. I've definitely seen this card cook. I didn't see him drop it, but I've definitely seen Cactus Bouncer. Some people, not going to name who, but some people play weird-ass shit, and Cactus Bouncer just cooks. So this card is scary as hell. Dude, like an 1800 level 4 Vanity's Fiend is just so insane. But yeah, so congrats to Lionel. He couldn't get the second dub, but top 4, very impressive. He's a very solid duelist. And then in second place, we had Chris playing Value Turbo. Very interesting take on Value Turbo, though. So this one we can definitely talk about. So instead of double Hamster, he's playing double Cyber. So I guess he's skewing the deck to be better going second. I've considered like one Hamster, one Cyber in the past, but it's just Hamster's too good if you go first, obviously. And Hamster's a way better top deck than Cyber. Cyber's like really only feels good when you open it going second. So a card that's like essentially only feels good 50% of the time in my head is just not good enough. Whereas Hamster, yes, if you play a Raikou Ditto going second, Hamster stinks. But now that everyone's on 2 Hamster, like there's a chance you can set Hamster into a T set, and it could be fine. And just top deck Hamster later is better. But this is cool. Like good stuff. Like trying to innovate. I think that I don't agree with it, but it's definitely not bad for sure, right? And obviously, this tournament had 11 Machina decks. He was probably cooking them game 1 with Cyber Dragon. So great meta call as well. Morphing Jar. So I love this card. Unfortunately, I don't think it's consistently good enough. It's too coin flippy in Edison in my head. It's cool because anytime you set a monster, you think it's probably Raikou. So they'll probably summon their dude they don't care about and attack into a Raikou, and then all of a sudden they just lost all the cards in your hand and you replenish your hand. But Morphing Jar just isn't good in my opinion in the mirror. Like it's super bad in the mirror. Weak to deck dev. If you discard their value, Sirocco, whatever they have in their hand, you're feeling their graveyard as well. So yeah, I just don't think it's good in the mirror. So with the mirror being so important in my head, I just want to play this card, even though I do love this card. It's a great comeback card too. It just makes it so if you are on the back foot, getting sacked early, this card can definitely help you come back. And then looking at his side deck, so he's only maining one deck Devi. I think he cut a, yeah, he essentially cut deck Devi for the hamster, or sorry, the morphing jar. He's siding a hamster, so I guess when he goes first, he probably puts in the hamster. And the rest of the side deck looks pretty similar to standard stuff. So yeah, good stuff to Chris. I like the list. The Cyber Dragon, I don't know if it was like a meta call or he just wanted it going second, probably both. But yeah, Cyber Dragons with 11 Mocking Index, dude, that shit probably cooked. And then David being first place with his classic, dude, his list. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Something was like bonked. Yeah, David's been playing Hero Frog for a long time, and this list, this 41 that he's been playing this 41 for a long time, like ever since RBT New York. And I said this when he topped, I forget if he topped June or July, but I said like I would just play this list if I had to play Hero Frog. I personally like Dufrog. I'm too much of a noob to understand Dupless. Like I get it, but at the same time, I would just suck ass with this card. Like my brain's just too ingrained to go substitute into Duflock. But yeah, like Unifrog is such a good card. Like I get maybe you can cut one dupe. I don't know. Whatever. Like this is how I know how to play frogs. I know you're super weak to deck Devi otherwise, but whatever. Like maybe I play Aoi's over the 2D prison. Like maybe that's a thing. I know he was talking about it, but he didn't have enough time to play test with Aoi, so he just went with what he knew. And I was saying I would just play David's deck and then cut. I forget what he had in here for double bottomless. I think maybe DD Crows or something. But I said, like, dude, I would definitely put bottomless in the side deck because bottomless is the best card against Blackwings. And that's what he ended up doing. And he said it went really well for him. So, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he doesn't like Crow. I personally don't even like Crow that much either because I only side it for combo. I don't like siding it into value because of deck Devi. So yeah, so I think he felt the same way. Like, obviously, Deck Devi cooks him. Deck Devi kind of cooks the value mirror. So why put DD Crow in? Just side that shit out, take it out, make room for bottomless. And that's what he did. So, yeah, awesome stuff to David. Really happy he got his dub. I've known David for a really long time, so yeah, I'm just really happy for him. So, yeah, the next Chicago Monthly will be September, the week before RBET Chicago. So I don't know if people are flying in a week early, but if you are, you should definitely check out the Chicago Monthly on the Saturday, the week before RBT. Okay, that being said, peace. Thanks for watching. Bye.